Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Ria here, bringing you one more video on SAP Analytics Cloud. So in this video, this tutorial, we are going to do data modeling, and then once we are done with that, we are going to create a story. And this time the story is not going to be basic one. Yeah, the first page, I hope you know that in a SSC story there will be multiple pages, right? So today we are going to do the modeling part, and then we are going to create one page one, okay, for our story. And there is going to be more pages in our story. We are going to have total 5 pages in our story. So I'll just show you. See, this is what we are going to cover. Okay, this is going to be a playlist. Okay, so this is the first part one of our video of the playlist. So in this video we are going to cover data modeling. Okay, importing the data into SAC and then curating it, okay, transforming it, and all the other things related to data modeling. We are going to cover it first. Once that is done, then we are going to create a story. Okay, and today we are going to create only page one. You can see here basic dashboard. Okay, it's going to consist all the charts, KPIs, and all that. We are going to add our data model to our story. Okay, create calculated measures in it and add the charts and all that. So in page 2 we are going to have a tabular format of our story, of our data. Page 1 will have in page 1 we'll have charts, right, which we call like we visualize it graphically. Okay, but in page 2 we are going to visualize our data in tabular format, which is also essential in SAC. Okay, so we are going to do how we can do table configuration and all that. In page 3 we are going to have forecast simulation. I'll explain to it when we'll come to that video. Today, for just I'm giving an overview what the playlist is going to be. Okay, so I'll tell you the reality in SAC. So when company hires you as a data analyst, okay, and you have mastered the tool SAC, okay, you are not only just going to create a basic dashboard. Okay, I'll just show you. Okay, so this is the page one that we are going to create today. Okay, this is the very basic thing you can do in SAC. Even a beginner can learn this in like 5 days. It's not that difficult to do this. Yeah, it is difficult, but the thing I've created today is not that difficult. Okay, we can also create custom stories, custom charts, and all that. That's something advanced. But in today's tutorial, we are just going to create this simple dashboard, which hardly takes 2 hours of our time. Okay, and but the reality is, big companies, MNCs, or even startups, they won't hire you just to do this part. Okay, just to create this type of visualization and just do the modeling part in SAC, in BTP. Okay, companies will hire you for this as well as for doing this. Okay, for representing your data in tabular view. Okay, performing filters, sorting, and other table functions. Okay, and then forecast simulation, planning features. So as you guys know, SSC is not just for analytics, but we can use SSC for planning as well. Okay, you can do planning, forecast. You can have budget. Okay, you can plan your budget for business. So this is mostly for businesses, for business purpose. SSC is mainly used for business purpose in SAP. So we have planning features as well, and also we have some advanced features like data actions and other like multi actions. So in this playlist we are going to cover all these parts. Okay, in page 1 today we are going to cover this, and in my next video we are going to cover this, third video this, fourth video, and fifth video this. And maybe I'll also add one bonus video giving you some tips and some other how we can add linked analysis and how we can create composites and all that. This is something extra advanced features which I'm not be covering in this videos. I'm just going to create one more video which is going to be a bonus video. Okay, so let's start with our page 1. That's with our video. So let's go. First thing, I have just given you all the steps that we are going to do. Okay, what we are going to do, we are going to create a professional data modeling in SAC, okay, with our file. Our file is this. This is our file, okay. Our file's name is larger sales data set, and this is not looking that good, right? So before we import data into SAC, we must curate it in our Excel itself, okay. So here you can see these are the dimension and measures, right? But they are not properly aligned, okay. So let's align it properly, make it bold, and make it all border, so we can just identify that, differentiate that this is the dimension and measures and these are the records, okay. We can also freeze the columns. If you want, we can freeze it, and then let's also do this thing. It should be neat and clean, okay. Whenever you present your as a data analyst, your data must be easier to understand to the clients or customers, whether it be in SAC or Excel. And now we are also going to justify it in the center, okay. So now let's see, how was the data looking before, how was it looking before, see how was it looking before and how it's looking now. It's looking better, right? Yeah. So that's for Excel. We have aligned everything, and now just let's go here and let's see. We have to upload the file, okay. So once you have checked your Excel here, okay, just also check if there's any null values or anything else. I This data has almost 10,000 records, not almost, approximately 10,000 records. Yeah, 10,001 records. One is the dimension measure, okay. So I can't find any. I have already gone through this, and I can't find any null values over here, no missing or null values. So you also go through your data in Excel itself, okay, check it. And once you think that yes, your data is ready to get imported into SAC, then you import it, okay. And also do this thing like aligning and all that, organizing your data properly in Excel also. Now let's go here, and first I'll show you how I have imported the data into my Excel. So what I did is I gone here in the modeler, I clicked here model, choose start with data, next choose file local or file server, select a source file and select your data. Now my data is over here, not this one, sorry, it's this one. Yeah, okay. So this is the data that I've used, okay. This is this Excel sheet, okay. So you have to open it. Once you open it, leave it as it is and just click import, okay. So I'm not going to do this as I've already done it. So let's go to our model which I've already imported. So before you input the model over here, you first verify it that it's up to date, it's having all the values, all the relevant values, no null values are present. You have to check it in the Excel itself, because once you import the data into SAC, you cannot modify it. Unfortunately, you have to re-import the data. You have to modify your data in Excel itself in the source file, okay. Whenever you're using an import connection, okay, in SAC import model, you have to curate your data in the source file itself. You cannot curate your data or modify your data in SAC. That's quite disadvantage kind of thing. But still, if you want to do that, you can use a live model for that. Now let's focus. ahead. Okay, so yeah, so see, this is the model. Okay, now my model has been imported in SAC. Now let's see what we can do. So next step is assign correct data types in SAC modeler screen. Okay, so let's go here. So check if the data type is correct. Version is the version that it by default automatically the SAC assigns the data types. Okay, so you don't have to take care about it. It has already, see, unit price, it's decimal, quantity, it's integer, revenue, it's decimal, and all that. Okay, so it has already assigned the relevant data type for my dimension and measures. You don't have to worry about that. In the previous version, we have to manually add the data types, but in this new optimized version, SAC does the thing for you. So once this is done, we have to do one more thing. Okay, we have to check that the order date is a time dimension. Yes, it's a time dimension. Good. And then one more thing we have to do is we have to switch to calculations. This is optional, but it's a good practice to do this. Okay, go to your measures. Okay, go to quantity first and set the aggregation type as sum. Okay, before it was like this there was nothing over here, but you have to set it as sum. Okay, same for others, total price, revenue and profit. Leave unit price. Okay, we are going to use average for that, which we'll directly do in the stories by using calculated measures. But for now, in the model itself, you can do this. You can set the aggregation type to sum. Okay, once that is done, switch back to model structure. And now you save your story. Sorry, model. Don't forget this, you have to save your model. Okay, I don't have any changes. Okay, but for you, it will show here that saved successfully. One more thing I'd like to do is that you can select this part where is our date dimension. Yeah, select this and you can see it in a tabular format. Okay, see like that. You can look at the, see, this is the date and this is the day. You can also change the hierarchy over here. See, this is also very important. I've also mentioned, if you want, I'll give you these notes in my description. Okay, I'll upload this in my GitHub and you can get the notes from there. Okay, so here you can see that set the time dimension, enable YQM hierarchy. What is YQM? It's year, quarter and month. So here we have already enabled it. Keep it as year, quarter and month and day. Okay, this is the default one. Don't change it. And granularity, let it be day, or you can also change it to whatever you want. You can change it to month, you can change it to year, depends. You can change your date from year. If you are working on a latest file which contains 2025 data, you can change it to 2025, 24. So we are going to focus on 2023 data. As you can see here, it's 2023. See, it's 2023. Okay, that's it. We are all set, and let's save our model. Let's go back. Now let's check if all the things are done. We have done this. Okay, we have added the time dimension, we have set the aggregation to sum, and everything is done. Hierarchy also, it's done. So, okay, so now what's the next thing is clean and format. Okay, so in SAC modeler, let me check if I have started the recording or not. Okay, so in SAC modeler, You can check it over here, okay, itself. You can check it over here itself, see. But still, this is not that, I don't find it that convenient to check my data over here. So what I do is I go to my Excel and I check it over here. So before importing only, I have cross checked everything, like is there any null values, is there any duplicate values and all that. I've cross checked in my Excel data only, and then I've imported in the SAC. So for this step, you can clean and format your data in your source file itself. You don't have to do it in SAC. Okay. Once that is done, we have to add calculated measures. Okay. So this you can do it in stories also, and you can do it in model also. So in model, let's see how we can do it in model. So first we have to switch to calculations. So in calculations, this is the all we are having these measures already, but we are going to get a new calculated measure. So just click on it, give your calculator calculation a name. So we are going to create a profit margin calculator measure. Okay, so this is the formula for it. Let's copy this. I mean, you must be, you should by heart this already. You cannot go to Google and search what's the formula to calculate profit margin. Okay, if you're in front of a client and if he or she asks you what's the profit margin, can you create a calculated measure for that? You just have to go over here. You can even create this in your story, but I'm showing you in the model. You have to write profit, sorry for that, profit margin. You can give a description if you want. And then put the formula over here. Okay, so in this my story, I've already created the calculated measure in my story. Okay, so I don't have to create it over here again. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this. We don't need this. Okay, because I've already created in my story. But if you don't want to store in the story, you have to create it in the model. You can do it from here. Okay, you can go switch to calculations and you can add a calculated measure. You can give it a name and you can write the formula over here. You can also set the aggregation type and required and all the other things over here. Unit and currency. If you're working with currencies, you can specify the unit, currency, and all that. Formatting scale, okay, and all that. So if your data contains revenue in billion and millions, you can specify the format over here. So that's it. We have, oh, there's some validation error. Oh, okay, we don't have to save this. Okay, let's discard. As I said, I've already having the calculated measure in my model, in my story, so I'm not going to create a duplicate one. Okay, so we are all set. Okay, we have created the model. Okay, this is a good model. Okay, we have curated it, we have transformed and cleaned the data. Okay, and we have set all the aggregations, and we have time dimension and even calculated measure. Okay, so now let's go and create story. This is my story. By default it will be in view mode, switch to edit mode. Yeah, so let's come to our notes. Okay, all this part is done. So page 1, this we are going to focus on this one today. This one, basic dashboard, charts and KPIs. Okay, so here you can see I've created the dashboard, and page 1, the name is sales overview dashboard. Here you can see we have a bar chart which represents revenue per product category. So how I've done this, so I've created a separate video, okay, how to insert charts into SAC and how to even style it. Okay, so if you want to edit this, you can click here a builder panel will open. This is called the builder panel. Here you can do the styling also. So I'll just show you. I'll just style this chart and show you. I want the widget color as this. Is it looking good? Yeah, quite good. I want the border, all border, line width 3, color black, and this side needs 6, and style, let it be this one. Now let's see if the, yeah, see, we got a border, we got a rounded corners on all 4 sides, but I can't see this properly, right? Because it's in gray color and this is blue and it's not matching. So let's change the font color. Let's change it to black and make it bold. Yeah, now I can see it. See, so it's looking quite good. Just you compare this chart with the other charts. Which one is looking good? This one is looking better. So like that you can also style this one and other charts, and KPIs will come over here at the top, and all this will come at the bottom, or you can keep the KPIs over here also in this side. But this is for demonstration purposes, so now I'm not focused on the styling part in this video. So let's see how I have inserted this chart. Okay, what I did, I just clicked over here. Okay, I clicked over here and this builder panel automatically opened. Then I added the dimension and measures. Okay, so I'll just show you over here itself. Let's delete this. So I've already created it. Click this chart and click the builder panel. You can switch to other charts from here. If you want to create a pie chart, you can click here. SAC has so many charts: bubble, tree map, time series. This is a time series chart we have used. Okay, so here we have used bar column. We can also set it as vertical or horizontal, but for this we have set it as vertical. Yeah, so we have added a measure revenue. Okay, so this is the revenue and dimension is product category. So you can add measures from here. Okay, once you have added, you have connected your model with your story. So how you will create, how you will add the data, I'll show you. Click here and you can add your data from model, and this is a model. Okay, if you want to select other model, you can click here. Owned by me. This will show you all the models that you own, that you have created. See, so this is the model that I just created, this one, but we have already imported, we have already connected it with story, so I'm not going to do it again. So that's how, and that's why, because the model has been connected, we are able to see all the dimensions and measure that model contains. Okay, if you want to add a dimension, you can do it from here. Okay, so that's how I did this. And then for, yeah, so this also same. For this I have switched to time series chart. Okay, I just clicked over here, then series chart came, and then for revenue I've added the measure as revenue, and we have, for this you can use time dimension. This will need a time dimension. Without a time dimension, time series won't work. Okay, it will give a validation error. So I have use the order date time dimension. That's why it is preferred that you, before creating a story, you do the data modeling, and in data modeling you assign the relevant data types to your dimensions. So order date will be as a date or time dimension. Okay, so that's why we are able to use it over here. And I have set the drill level to month. Okay, this is also very important, as I said. So that's why we are able to see the trend. In March it was like high, then in April it got lower, in May again it got higher, and in September, October 2023 the revenue was this much. Okay, you can see the decimal, it's coming 6,67,303.4076830, right? So it's not looking that good. So what we can do is, you can just go to styling, you can just click on this, and we can change the number to decimal place to 2. Now you can see it's showing only 2 decimal places. It's looking better now, see. Okay, and you can slide it like that. You can make it shorter or you can make it longer. Okay. So that's for time series, and for KPIs I've used this same thing. For this, let's see this one first, because I've used a calculate measure. So I've used the numeric point chart for this, and I've added a calculated measure. See, I added a measure and I added a calculated measure. See, this is a calculated measure. This is not just a normal measures you're having. This is a calculated measure that I have created. Okay, so how did I created it? Let's see. Go to edit calculation. I chose the type from here. Okay, from here I chose the type, and then I selected aggregation. Once I selected aggregation, I gave the operation as average, and measure it should be unit price, and that's it. I clicked OK, and I got the average unit price is 253 rupees. So average, this is the average price for a product. Okay, we can add a secondary measure as well. And now see this profit. For profit also, one more thing I want to show you. Go to styling. If you keep this as default, it will look like this. Okay, and this also, see, it will look like this, but we want it in millions. Okay, properly, so we will choose million and scale format, leave it as default, and this we will keep it as 2. Now it's looking better. See, profit, we have got 1.53 million of profit. Average unit price, quantity sold, okay, it's 30,000 quantity in total, and revenue generated is 7.63 million, in which profit was 1.53 million. So that's how you can visualize your data better. So they see this, can you visualize it better? There are so many records in it, and I can't even properly see what is the revenue, what is the profit generated, and all that. I have to manually calculate all these things. But here using SAC you can do it graphically. It looks much better. You can also see trend lines using time series chart. You can see, part to whole way, credit card and all that. How was the payment done? Through credit card this much, through debit card this much, and that. Okay, so we're done creating story. So I think this part is done. Okay, I also showed you how to create a calculated measure in the story itself, and how to style the story, and how to do this number formatting, okay, to make it look better. So you can try it yourself. I'll upload this data in my GitHub. Okay, you can get this data set from my GitHub. I'll share you the link in the description. So yeah, so for this video that's it. So in my next video we are going to create a new page, and the page name is going to be, I'll just leave it here only. whatever we saw this graphically, we are going to do it in tabular way. Okay, we are going to create a table. So this is not going to be that easy. We are going to perform some calculations, some configurations on the table, some conditional formatting and all that. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. I hope you understood. I'll share all these notes and the data set in the description. Check it out and see you in my next video. Thank you.